This is
okay.
How many mics?
yeah. This is very dear to my heart. One, because
how dear to your heart is it?
Well, it's my wife's project.
Okay, don't get no dear.
A little nepotism never hurt nobody.
It don't get no dearer.
Nepotism never hurt nobody.
Yes. So I'm gonna let them explain what it is, but at this time, I like to invite and bring to the microphone
to the stage
my wife Ayanna S. Fabio. Brown.
What was that?
And Daphne Burgess.
Author and illustrator of the children's book, Painter Rock Day, y'all. Come on.
This is the author and illustrator or painter, because these are paintings of Painter Rock Day.
Painter Rock Day.
Now, this project has taken a very, very long time, and most of it was due to me. But we finally got it done, and wow, amazing! Welcome, you guys. Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us,
who are you?
Tell us about yourselves.
Well, I'm Ayanna Simone Fabio, and
nice earrings. Like the earrings.
Thank
you.
Did
Cowrie
you make
shells.
these, maybe not these ones. Well, I always start with saying that I'm a mother of 5 children, because I think that most of the reason on why I made decisions to write stories was based on reading to them as children, and all that comes from reading a story. And so a lot of anything that I do usually starts with the fact that I'm a mom.
And you got a kid in college right now, right?
I have, one that graduated already from college, and then another one in college.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations. You got them through, huh?
Another going to college, so I'm going to need to talk about some of this financial debt that I'm going to have to get out of.
There he is right there. That's
it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, I forgot to ask him about student debt, but yeah.
We'll give that email at the end again.
And Daphne.
Hello.
Hi, Daphne Burgess.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Okay, so this is the second time you've been on.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember the first time fondly.
So you're a junior now.
So tell us about your contribution to this book.
Well, Ayanna had approached me about doing some illustrations. She had seen some of my other work and thought that style would lend itself to her stories. And I was very honored that she thought so. And so that's how I kind of jumped onto the project.
So how does it feel now to see it as a hard copy? And, I walked into the bookstore and I see it over there on the shelf. How's that feel? Is that a little bit mind-blowing?
It is. That picture, because I actually finished these pieces like the end of 2010, early 2011. Mm-hmm. So I hadn't looked at them for a really, really long time until I saw
do you want to edit them now? You're like, I should have did it more there. Should have more blue there.
A lot has changed between, then and now, but it was really nice to see it like all finished, because I know it was, a long time coming. So.
So
go ahead. Well, I had to be honored. I'm honored because I found myself in that book.
Yes,
Lawrence is in the book?
I know. I got a weird scarf on. I don't know what color scarf is that? It's like pink or something. I was like, okay, all right. So it's artistic license. I understand.
So my thing was finding myself in a book. Was this something that you did from memory, or did you work from pictures of these different people that you? Because basically, if you looked at the book, you went through the community to find us.
I know you had you have Sweeney in there. You have
okay, well, can you talk about the process of how it started? The idea of the book, where it came from, and then also we can go into the different characters that are inside of the book. It's crazy.
So I was actually talking with my husband, and he was telling me a story about Okay, I talk with my hands a lot.
No, it's okay. I was just...
And they're making fun of me.
It's all right.
See this.
It's a podcast. Nobody can see it.
But they could see it.
So,
Interpretive dance.
He told me a story about him going with a cousin that he had, and his cousin was hearing impaired, and they had went through their neighborhood. They'd painted some rocks, and then they went and sold them to neighbors, and they had this great fun time. And I always experienced, my children like to paint on rocks. It was a really common thing to do for preschool age children. And I thought about that, and I thought about how they had a good time, even though one was hearing impaired. They were cousins, and they were a boy and a girl cousin. So I thought about just encompassing that together, and I came up with a story, Paint a Rock Day, where the children are in a neighborhood and they're cousins, a boy and a girl, and they walk through their neighborhood, and as they're walking, they're passing through businesses. And just like you would do if you were on your way somewhere, children on their way to play. And when they do this, they notice that the businesses are not alive. There's nobody shopping. There's nobody in the bookstore or the barbecue spot. And once they make it to their destination, they come up with an idea to bring their town alive by painting the rocks and then delivering them back through the neighborhood and kind of neighborhood beautification. And at the time, I recently moved to the Oak Park area, so there was a lot of change and things that were going on, very similar to what I was writing about. And I kind of wanted to capture that in a childlike way. What was going on in the community, what was going on in any community, and how would you talk about that to a child, and how would you be able to explain to a child how they can come up with an idea and make change in their own community. And that's kind of where I came up with the actual story. And that's in the words of the story. But the children have kind of typical African-American names or variations of names. I wanted that to be really important. But in the story, there isn't really any mention that the characters are African-American in the story. So when I did get with Daphne, that's where I kind of had this discussion and said, this is what I would like things to look like in the story. I would like all the business owners to be African-American because I thought that would be important for children to see because it wasn't necessarily depicted in a lot of books. And I also wanted the main two characters to be African-American. And I wanted to make sure that there were people in the story, in the backgrounds that either maybe showed people with disabilities, just many different nationalities throughout the story, but I just wanted the main characters and the main people in the businesses, along with the mayor. So you have a person of leadership that is African American, and that was really the only direction that I came up with when I talked to Daphne about the artwork. And the next request that I made was, well, if there's going to be a whole lot of people walking around in the story, then let's make sure there are people we already know and see. Like, why just make up people like that?
It's like the Black Simpsons.
Yeah. Who would we see walking around in the story? Mm-hmm. And that was the baseline of the instructions. And then at our first meeting, she showed up with these paintings, and it was amazing because I could never have imagined what all that was going to look like. And I'll let her tell you how that happened.
Well, I want to say something. What I like is that you're almost teaching at a young age, entrepreneurship. And that's what's cool about the story to me. Is that you're like, oh, you don't have to go out there and get a job. Because, when you're growing up, you're like, oh, Sears hiring, and
get a job at the post office.
Yeah, you can always get a job at the post office. So,
post office is
yeah, but not anymore, though. But it's messed up. So that's what I like about it is that you can actually do something and you can actually be your own boss. And it really teaches that subconsciously it teaches that, that you can actually have an idea and take that idea all the way to the end and have an end product and then go around and do this. And that's what I like about that. That's what I like about the story. Mm.
So, okay, Daphne, you came in with the paintings and you did your magic. I mean, can you talk about, the process that you went through as far as, choosing the characters that are in there? Because not only did you have the two cousins, but there's like I said, Lawrence is depicted, and you can see, and you go, "That's Lawrence." You don't know. That's Sweeney. You can tell who that person is.
Well, we started out just talking about who do we have to have in the book for various reasons, because they were people that were from Oak Park or frequented Oak Park. But between the two of us, we both have, lots of communities of friends from all over Sacramento. And so kind of blending all of those people and places together was key. There were some people like Lawrence and, of course, Mr. Goss over there that we talked about. They have to be in the story. So I started kind of online stalking, looking at pictures because sometimes you
should like a picture sometimes. Let me know that you was there.
So you actually did have that color scarf on.
She didn't make that up.
But it was silk, you know what I'm saying?
No, seriously. But I did, some people I was able to kind of get things off of memory, but I looked up old photos. I checked out pictures from events to kind of get, those bits and pieces of the character that would really, pull off their face or their demeanor. And so I started doing sketches, and then some people are kind of combinations. When we were looking at the shop owners, like from the thrift store, that was a made up person, but I said, well, let me take a little bit of this person and a little bit of that person. And then we kind of came up with that character. The person from the barbershop, I don't know where he came from. It was just like,
well, he's an old feller.
An old chap.
He was a chip off the block.
Yes, but I studied pictures and just tried to incorporate that look. And then I started just doing sketches, lots of different sketches. And then we would meet and be like, oh, I like this or I don't like that. And then I would kind of go back to the drawing board. But all of the people that Ayanna included, I think there was a list of maybe 2 or 3 pages of people, and some of them were, just a little description like the family in the Western clothes with the horse, or the people that have the chickens in their backyard, and that's all it said.
That's Sacramento for you, yeah. Because you'd be like, this is an urban area. And then I was like, okay.
So I kind of went through the story and took a look at the pages that we talked about to see where we could fit those people in. And then, of course, taking bits and pieces from Oak Park and South Sac and North Sac and kind of blending them all together.
Very cool.
So how many hours you think you might have put into creating this?
I can't even begin to guess. I worked on it for a couple years. I think we first started meeting. We actually started meeting at Old Soul 2007, 8? 8, yeah. So it was a couple years.
So what's the average size of each painting?
The paintings, they are 16 by 20.
Oh, that's
pretty good size.
Well, they're framed 16 by 20. The actual size, I think they're about 14 inches. Yeah, and that was, I guess, a little bit of a challenge Ayanna found later on as far as the publishing goes. Had we taken a look at the page size, I might have done them a different size, and that might have made publishing a little bit easier down the road. So I hear, but
scan it, huh? You got to scan.
Yeah, but I really thought of them, as paintings, and to do that, I couldn't do them on just little 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
So you guys are about to have your official release, and the paintings go up here at Underground Books.
Yes.
When?
On August 15th.
August 15th. So you'll be able to come in and look at the paintings themselves.
Yes.
And also maybe purchase 1 or 2.
Maybe.
Okay.
I want to purchase mine. The one I'm in.
We have the scarf.
Right. Screw everybody else.
It'll be a little cooler than you could wear the scarf.
And then you guys have the official. You'll do the book talk and the artist talk on October 1st, which is a Saturday. And I'm not. Your time is
2 to 4 is the book.
Okay.
And then the art talk is 5 to 7.
5 to 7.
Okay. A whole day of it.
These are on a Saturday?
Yeah, this is on a Saturday. October 1st. First Saturday of October.
I'll be there in spirit.
Next week or
October.
Oh, October. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It sounds like August.
I'll do it one more time.
Question.
October.
How long will the exhibition be hung?
From August 15th, right? Mm-hmm. August 15th to October 3rd, I believe, is somewhere around there.
That's a good run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. How long is that, Tony?
About 6 weeks.
About 6 weeks? Oh, he a mathematician over there. Okay, you tell me like,
So the book is published, and you can find it here at Underground Books. Also, if you go on
their website,
Ayanna S. Fabio. Okay, am I saying it wrong? Go ahead.
AyannaSimoneFabio.com.
Okay, AyannaSimoneFabio.com.
That's a demerit.
So could you spell that? So in case people don't know.
AyannaSimoneFabio.com.
see somebody in that audience say, I'm glad she said
So
it, 'cause
you
I
can buy
thought
the
it was
book
an
before the thing here at Underground Books. How much is the book?
It's $14.99.
$14.99.
Okay, so you, but
That's just one of those weird numbers.
You can also go online and you'll be able to see the different events that they have.
What's the website? What's the email? The same email address?
Email. What's the email? Info at AyannaSimoneFabio.com.
Is there an echo in the room or something? Say it again, Miss Fabio, please.
It's
without your husband.
Info at AyannaSimoneFabio.com.
He's trying to get some points back.
Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. Okay. We're your anniversary. So that's very cool. Like I said, what I like about the book is that it teaches kids that they could be entrepreneurs, and it's a wonderful message.
Tribute to the city.
Yeah, and it also goes around and who's who of Sacramento.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a who's who. There's other elements inside the book, which is some things that when we talk about at the book discussion, because there's some rhyming, there's some kind of math sequencing. I really tried to look for ways that a child could learn more than just what you see in the pictures, but they're going forward and then they're going backwards. So there's some predictability. The children kind of know what's going to happen next because they say, oh, well, if you went there last, then maybe they're going to go there next. And so there's a lot of that. But I took a lot of time to talk to my kids about their favorite books when they were children. And I kind of drew on, what kids like rhyming, kids like really colorful pages, different things that I thought children would really enjoy.
Are you going to have some rock painting at your event?
Well, we're talking about that as we come, probably not in here because that might be a little messy, but there are several events. We've had different events where we do kind of a introduction to social activism, where we show the children how they can come up with an idea on how they're going to change their community, and then they can write it down, put it on the refrigerator. We have a little printout, put it on the refrigerator, or maybe they just kind of send it to us, or we can put it on the website. But that's just a way for them to relate to the book and say, well, if they change their community by doing this, what are some things that you can do? And we've done that activity at the African Marketplace. I'll be doing a reading also at a transitional housing program next week, I believe, and reading to the children there. So there's different times that I'm just kind of going around the community reading the story and getting a chance for people to either buy the story or sometimes funding books so that some of the children in the community can have the book for free. That would be a big preference for me, especially because it's an Oak Park. I look at it as an Oak Park book because there's people that open it and see Oak Park in the book. You can see certain landmarks that Daphne painted.
Oh, how Oak Park used to look.
Yeah. And just to add one more thing is we wanted there to be a high art presence in the book. So she made sure to include art galleries, museums, and different things that one would see in a really high art community. And that was another reason why it was important to have poets, because if you're walking around a community where you're seeing all these artists and stuff, you're going to see these people walking past and around. And
a random poet.
Yeah. A random poet standing by. Exactly. And we are in there as well. In there, we have certain things that are close and personal to us that are kind of hidden within there that either our family members know when they see it or we know. And so we just really had fun with it.
Yeah, it was fun too.
So, So that's awesome.
This
$14.99.
$14.99.
What's up with that price?
There's actually
psychological price.
2 versions of the book. So you have the 8.5 by 8.5 version. It's a square book, and then the larger one, which is about 11 by 11. Which will be ready for.
Y'all should make a color your own book.
Okay,
version.
you got to talk to him.
Oh, well, you part of it, right?
Yeah, but they
take all the color out,
They give me the direction.
and then make it, color it in. Oh, very cool. So, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Paint a Rock Day.
Paint a Rock Day. And we'll put it up on Facebook so people can see the cover. The cover is awesome. I mean, what amazed me is how Daphne took the characters, and the characters are the same throughout the book. With different paintings, and you could still tell. I couldn't do that. It'll look like
look different. Everyone.
Yeah, everyone would be like, "Whoa,
who that? Why he talking?
So you did an amazing job.
She
Both
did.
of you guys together is people have been asking, are you guys planning
Another project?
Another project? Are you guys going to work on?
Is this like a team, like Lauren Hardy? Or?
We've been speaking. We've been talking.
Okay,
very cool. I dig that. Y'all should make one about how to balance your bank book. Yeah.
Okay.
They don't have bank books anymore, but okay. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Some more, financial literacy stuff.
And make sure to
maybe I
like
could get with Julian. Y'all can do the 7 steps.
Yeah. Make sure to like the Paint a Rock Day Facebook page.
Yeah,
Okay.
Facebook page.
We'll put stuff on there.
Very cool.
All right. Okay,
you
let's
all
give
for
it up for Ayanna, Simone, Fabio, and Daphne Burgess.
Awesome.
Yo.
Paint a Rock Day.
Paint a Rock Day.
Paint a Rock